Hello, welcome to the well. We are doing our soul growth challenge for the month of November. It's a mid-month, but not too late to do a soul growth challenge. So let's pause first and just check in, take a breath, get grounded, get rooted. Ooh, and let's go into our challenge. The theme this month is responsibility. Yeah.
It's responsibility. That's what we've got. That's what we're going to attune to this month. And this is your ability to respond to your life from a
With a
practical way, and also to own, accountability is part of this too, to own consequences as you continue to learn and grow.
Respond with ability and accountability.
Accountability. The front of the card says to be reliable and dependable, and to hold yourself and others accountable for decisions and choices. So this is a good. Now to start out, you can sort of consciously make decisions and behave in ways that support, either improving yourself, strengthening up your your alignment, or also in support of others. Consciously make decisions that keep that grounding energy alive, and then accept the consequences. Right. And then accept the consequences of whatever came of your actions and decisions. However you want to. Best not to judge it. This is good, that was bad, but just accept what is as a result. And then also think about what you actually have control over and what you don't, because that could get sort of enmeshed in through your perception that this set of circumstances is something I really can't control. So that's part of being responsible as well, to detach from outcomes, or to not get too enmeshed in things that you won't be able to maneuver through or whatever in your own way. And then I'm reading these from the back of the card, and then it also says set routines for yourself to build permanent habits, and that will come in a later card because it came out perfectly. But the next oracle I pulled in response to responsibility is this one called If a Cat Curls Round the Moon. This is a sign of sort of codependency, enmeshments, learning how to create healthy boundaries, step back and assess situations before jumping right in, right? It helps you avoid codependency in a way that, staying sort of in your own I like to imagine myself like in a bubble, literally, and staying within your own bubble, but still the bubble's clear, so you could still engage with others and see what's going on and decide when you want to step toward or away from something. But that boundaries there is the key. And then I pulled ceremony, and this is the part where we said set routines for yourself that sort of solidify your place in them. And this is an action that can help you be planned, help you be prepared and consistent if you follow certain steps. And also you could say, like, this ceremony could be when I sit down to say you're a writer, and when I sit down to work and brainstorm and just write, I will, light a candle or light my favorite incense, or, play a certain song, or whatever routine you can create for yourself that sort of keeps your spirit attuned as well.
And aligned.
And that will help with the flow. And that helps you to, get through that writing session. Maybe, some days we're distracted, but maybe we have some routines in place that just ground us into it.
Yes, correct.
And then I pulled a series of Zen cards. I'll do these really quick, but generally the idea is, clinging to the past is going to have to be shifted. The way you used to do things, or when I used to get involved with other people's mess, right? And then I would end up taking credit or taking blame because I was so, prominent in that situation or whatever. So, change those habits, change some of those habits that can keep you aligned within your own being, and and avoid some of these outcomes
Mhm.
by not tuning in to your responsibility. And then I pulled the Lovers. These next 3 cards are for self. I pulled the Lovers. This is sort of have compassion for yourself as you go through this, because this is a big shift.
Mhm.
Just, from being involved, in things that aren't in your control,
Mhm.
and then getting confused or getting enmeshed in the activity of that or the outcome of that. And you're shifting to detach a little bit. And remember the cat curled around the moon. We're shifting, we're pulling
and
ourselves
detaching
away.
with love, with self-love.
Always with self-love. That's that key to
The
that.
Lovers. Yeah.
And then, of course, what would a reading be without our moment to moment card? We know this.
Mhm.
Each time you can acknowledge, oh, I'm not going to get involved in this right now because that takes me out of my own integrity.
Mhm.
And really be attuned to that. It doesn't mean stay detached and stay out of everything and don't care and don't connect, but really start to distill, how much do I want to involve myself here? Or, and this responsibility could also be within yourself. If you're a procrastinator, or if you're, this is part of that too, but it's shifting those habits.
Mhm.
I called patience, because be patient with yourself as you move through this process.
Yeah.
Just sort of observe and notate every time you make a new decision that would be out of old habit, and you take responsibility. And then the final card, and I think the cap to all of this, is Source. And this is reminding you that the quality of your life, you're creating your life, not the circumstances that happen, but the way you participate in it, and the way you respond, your responsibility, the way you respond to situations is what you're creating. You're creating the quality of your life through those series of choices. So
beautiful.
This is for November.
Yeah. So really attuning, aligning with Source, really aligning with self-love, calling in patience, being moment to moment. But essentially our challenge this month is to be responsible, to be self-responsible. And then these are different parts and pieces that you can bring in as practice.
Responsible and accountable.
Responsible and accountable to that responsibility and what that means. Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much.